Hello, I hope you're having a nice day and I hope you're ready to make the most progress that you've ever made in your life. I hope you're ready to absolutely explode your vertical jump in just 4 weeks. Because if you can apply everything that I tell you in this video, you truly will become a high flyer. You will get bouncy, you will jump very high. So without further ado, let's get into it. I transformed my vertical jump from 22 inches and not touching the rim to 38 inches and throwing down windmills. So I've improved astronomically, and you can too. So what's the first thing that you need to be doing in these 4 weeks to jump ridiculously high? The first thing that I want you to be doing is max effort, max approach jumping. This is literally where you go out off a max approach, you run in as fast as you can, and you jump up as high as you can and try touch something really high. If you have a basketball hoop, you can try touch the rim, touch the net, touch the backboard, you name it, try touch higher and higher each and every time. If you are maybe close to dunking, you can try get dunks in, and that's going to push your max intent because you're going to try actually make the dunk. If you have a low rim, it's a really good opportunity because you lower the rim, get it on a height where you can make it maybe 3 times out of 10, and you just try dunk it every time, get higher and higher and slam it harder and harder every single time. Now if you don't have a basketball hoop, it's absolutely fine. You just need to find somewhere where you can touch something really high and have a full run up, and do that multiple times and you will be jumping a lot higher from it. It's all about the law of specificity, right? So if you want to jump higher, you need to jump more. And the beauty of plyometrics like max effort jumping is that they self-intensify, meaning that as you get better and better, the jumps themselves become more and more intense and serve to continue overloading your body and spurring on adaptations. Those adaptations make you jump higher. Additionally, your technique will become really, really refined. So if you take thousands of jumps, your body will find the best way of doing the jump, and that will really help you. Better technique means you jump higher. Now I want you to be doing max effort, max approach jumps 1 to 2 times per week in this 4-week period. I need you to be doing at least 20 to 50 jumps at max intent, okay? You need to be jumping for like an hour in each of these jump sessions, and from that you will jump a lot higher. The cool story that I have was that I was just absolutely obsessed with jumping, and so I spent 3 months, 3 months jumping every single day. Literally no breaks, and I jumped every day. And from that I jumped a lot higher. My vert went up by at least 7 or 8 inches and I got my first dunk. So that should provide you with some motivation to go out and do your max effort jumps, because it is the best thing you could possibly do if you want to jump higher. I'm telling you, this is the secret sauce. If you want to jump high, you need to jump, okay? It's really as simple as that. So go jump. Okay, number 2, you need to get stronger. The likelihood is that you can't produce enough force to jump high. Being strong is non-negotiable for jumping high and staying healthy. You need to get stronger, and the way we want to do this is by compound lifting, okay? We want to be doing squats, RDLs and calf raises primarily, and I want you to be doing that 2 to 3 times per week. Progressive overload, 3 sets of 5, go really heavy on them, get strong. It will help you get stronger, and by getting stronger you'll increase your body's ability to produce max force, and when you can produce more force, you will jump higher. Jumping's all about physics. The more force you can produce into the ground, the higher you're going to be able to jump. If you want more impulse, you have to increase the amount of force that you can produce, because you can't increase time once your technique has been mastered. So again, it's just all about physics. More force, jump higher. Simple as that. If you have a really strong back squat and you've been jumping a lot throughout your life, there's no way that you won't jump higher. There's just no way, okay? So like I said, progressive overload, 3 sets of 5, you're going to do your squats, then you're going to do your RDLs, and then you're going to do your calf raises. The calf raises are really, really important. Now, the gastric and soleus, they're the muscles in your calf that attach to the Achilles tendon. Now, the Achilles tendon is the ever important spring in your leg that helps you jump high and sprint fast. So by training through seated calf raises, standing calf raises, whatever it is, and by training it heavy, you increase the cross-sectional area of the Achilles tendon. And by doing that, you make a stiffer and more useful tendon. You'll be able to jump higher and sprint faster, is essentially what that means. And I see so many people doing these massive rep calf raises. They'll do like 30 reps on a lightweight, but that's not going to help you. You need to be loading them up heavy, okay? I see so many people neglecting the calves. You truly do need to be training the calves heavy, okay? So yeah, there you go. You do your squat, you do your RDL, and you do your calf raises. That will hit the main muscles that you need to jump high. Additionally, you can do power cleans if you know how to do them, but because this is a 4-week period, we are probably not going to bother with that because it takes a while to learn the clean. But if you know how to do it, I'd strongly suggest you do this at the start of the workout. That's exactly what I do, and that has massively contributed to my vertical jump. And I think for me, there's definitely been a direct correlation between how high my power clean has been and how high I'm jumping. So at the moment, my power clean is as high as it's ever been, and I'm also jumping as high as I've ever jumped. So that gives you some perspective. You don't have to do them, but if you're trying to play the long game, it's definitely something worth learning. Okay, the next exercise, before we get into some other stuff, the exercise of course is going to be sprinting. Sprinting is the most advanced movement you can possibly do. It's the fastest movement you can possibly do. And I even read a research study that showed it had better developments for strength and power and agility than traditional plyometric training did. So it's really, really a very beneficial thing for you to be doing. And there's no excuse for you not to be sprinting. You can definitely find a field or an area of space, a track, somewhere to sprint fast a couple times a week. It really is. If you can't go out and sprint a couple times a week, then you're just making excuses, really. Sprinting is a fast, short ground contact time activity that has really high ground reaction forces, both horizontally during acceleration and vertically during upright sprinting. By sprinting a lot, you develop your fast twitch muscle fibers, and as you know, fast twitch muscle fibers are really essential for fast twitch movements, for the explosive movements like jumping. So by doing sprinting and developing the fast twitch muscle fibers, you're going to put yourself in a better position to jump high. Additionally, you're going to get faster by sprinting, and speed gains are always welcome, right? And I'm sure that, you know, if you can increase the approach speed, you're going to increase the amount, increase how high you can jump, really. I found that true, at least for me. But yeah, go out and sprint, do 4x40 yards, do that once or twice a week, and that will really help you. Additionally, I have found at least that I've become a lot more elastic from sprinting. And in fact, my jumping, when I jump, it just looks a lot quicker, my ground contact times, and I almost pop off the ground a lot more, like a pogo stick, than I used to. So that's another added benefit, and yeah, you should just be sprinting. There's no harm in sprinting. You need to be fresh when you're doing them, so it's the first thing you'll do in the day, as in you won't go do legs before you do your sprints. Additionally, you need to warm up properly so that you can be amped up and fully ready to sprint fast, and so that you don't injure yourself, because obviously sprinting is very intense. You also need to rest a lot in between sets. A good guideline, I think, is a minute per 10 meters sprinted. So if you do 40 meters, you do 4 minutes rested, so that you can basically sprint as fast as you can. Because it's not proper speed training if you're not sprinting above 95% of your max speed. So there you go out and sprint. Now then, putting it all together, we're going to have you training Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday. On Monday, you're going to do sprints, 4 sets of 40 yards. Then you're going to do your leg session. As I said previously, you're going to do the squats, the RDLs, and the calf raises. Then on Wednesday, you're going to do another sprint session. You're going to do 4x40 yards again, and you're also going to do the same leg session. So basically Monday and Wednesday are exactly the same. Then Wednesday you're just going to do the leg session, and Saturday you're going to do a jump session. You're going to try jump as high as you possibly can and get in 20 to 50 jumps, basically jump until your legs are dead. Then Sunday you can rest, and then you repeat on Monday. You start the training week again. You're going to do this for 3 weeks, and then in your 4th week you're going to do something called a deload week. A deload week is where you reduce the training volume so that you can allow your body to repair and adapt, and then you come back jumping higher than you ever jumped. So in that 4th week you might do 1 or 2 gym sessions. You'll half the reps, half the sets, and you will do no jumping or sprinting, and you'll come back the next week. You will jump higher than you've ever jumped before. Now on to some more things that are going to help you to jump higher. First of all, we've got technique. You need to get better technique. Ultimately, you probably don't have good technique to jump high. I know I certainly didn't. And I've got a video on my channel that is all about good technique for 1 foot jumpers, the things that you need to be doing to jump high off 1 foot. And by implementing technique tips like those ones in that video, I increased my vertical by about 6 inches in like a day. So technique is really, really a very potent tool. And another great way of developing your technique is just going out and jumping a lot. As I said previously, if you take thousands of jumps, your body will find the best way for you to jump high. So you need to do lots of jumps. Your technique will become really refined if you take lots of jumps, and that obviously ties into the first point. Another thing I like to do is you start from 1 step, then you move to 2 steps, then 3 steps, then 4 steps. I think that just helps you to jump high and know the right positions to jump high, because you slow it down and then build up. Another really potent tool for jumping high is caffeine. Now, caffeine is one of the only legal performance enhancers. Caffeine raises your heart rate, and it essentially makes you feel really amped up, and it's been proven to increase your explosiveness. So you should try getting a caffeinated beverage in an hour before you jump or train, because that will help you to get the most amount of gains from whatever session you're doing. Something I'd like to touch on before I let you go is that you need to beware of injuries, okay? One of the biggest injuries with jump training is knee pain. So I want you to be doing 2 things if you have knee pain, or if you want to combat knee pain. First of all, I want you to be doing isometrics. Isometrics are basically holds that you do. You do 5 sets of 45 seconds. You might do a wall sit. You hold that for 45 seconds. You might do a leg extension hold. Those are really good. But you'll do that for 45 seconds, you'll rest, and then you'll do it again. You do that 5 times. That helps to build strength in your tendon so that you can basically jump pain-free and rejuvenate your tendon. Another thing that I really like to do is slow squats. If my knees are feeling a bit beat up after a jump session or a basketball match or something like that, one thing that I like to do is you do slow tempo squats. You'll do 70% of your max squat on the bar, and you'll do really slow on the way down, really slow on the way up. You do 4 to 10 reps, and that really helps your knees to feel a lot better, so that you can keep on training the next few days, and you know, your knee pain doesn't come in the way of that. So that's just something that I like to do personally. So all in all, if you follow the steps in this video, you will for sure jump a lot higher. Now, if you truly want to jump higher and you want all the sets and reps and proper training to be done for you, I've got a 12-week vertical jump training program in the description. It's a great program. It's currently on sale. I wrote this myself, and what a program it is. I did it myself, and my vertical went up by 6 inches. 6 inches, that is crazy progress, and in just 12 weeks. So it's a great program. It's a really potent program, and I would strongly suggest that if you're willing, that you would try and do that program, because that will really help you to jump a lot higher, and who knows, maybe you'll get your first dunk from doing that. That's one of the things that actually helped me go from dunking to windmilling, that program. So you don't have to, but you can have a look at that if you want. And I hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope that you can apply this into your life and you can jump a lot higher.